with such a deep team, and I feel like we'll still be fresh on the last day.
You look forward maybe playing potentially maybe LSU in the future. Well, what is it though? I mean, is this something that can help you guys 3 games and 3 games to get ready for the NCAA tournament? It's a challenge that you really haven't had this season with 4 or 5 days off sometimes between games.
Right. I guess we're just going to go through it this weekend, and I guess it'll be good for us, and because I feel like our team's so deep, so it'd be an advantage for us, and we'll see how the rest of the weekend plays out.
Did any of the upperclassmen talk to you about how Florida, they lost 3 times, and then this time we're trying to beat them 3 times?
Right. They talked about it before we played the first game, really, before we played at Florida, and it was kind of revenge that I guess they wanted, and we got 3 straight on them, so I guess it's a little bit of payback.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've just gotten better and Florida had gotten better, but it didn't matter in the end? You won?
Oh, well, it's 2 totally different teams, and I guess Coach, Coach gave us the right plan to go out there with, and we came out with the big wins.
Numerous guys have said that this team isn't really close to its ceiling yet, despite the record. Right. Is that your feeling?
I feel like right now is when we're coming together the most. Postseason, we know that we're all going to need each other, and we know that whatever we did in the past really doesn't matter anymore, and we're going to take it game by game.
How much better do you think this team can play?
I say the sky is the limit, really. With so many talented players on this team, and if we all click at the same time, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Go ahead.
How big a part of this team is Alex, and in what way would you say he is part of the team?
He's like a veteran on our team. He's been through all this. He's been here 3 years, and I know it's tough on him. Just having to watch from the sidelines, but he's been a big help for us. He never shows that he's down, so he's always supporting us, and that means a lot to us.
If he says something to you, do you pay a particular attention if he does say something?
Definitely. Like I said, he's been through all this. He's seasoned, and whatever he says will be a big help for me.
I'm sure a lot of teams stay with you guys for 20 minutes and 30 minutes. What's the difference in you guys the last 10 minutes?
I'd say how deep our team is. We all have fresh legs towards the end of the game, and we know at the end of the game is that we're going to have to execute, and we just have to put teams away. And Coach told us that we can let teams stick with us for 20 minutes, but can they play those full 40 minutes with us? And we just execute towards the end.
Does that keep you guys confident when you're 10 minutes away from the finish and it's still close?
I want to say more confidence, but we have the confidence in each other that we're going to win. Not one time this season have we felt like, oh, we've lost or we're out of it. So, we keep fighting. Even in our close games, even our overtime games that we still stuck together when we need each other the most.
In your mind, what was the closest this team has come to clicking on all cylinders? Kansas, UCLA?
I'd say both of those games.
Yeah.
And
these were early.
Yeah, they were early. And that was just, big games is when I feel like we click together the most. Because we know that we're going to need each other. And, when people hype up games, we kind of hear it. And, we come out there and we perform like it.
Coach has talked about how he doesn't like conference tournaments. And,
right.
If you take a loss here, it's not going to disrupt his day.
Exactly.
Do the players feel differently?
Definitely.
You've got that 40-0 thing in the back of your head?
I wouldn't say in the back of my head, but,
in the front of your head.
Not there either, but, we know it's there, but we're trying to take it one game at a time. And, that's how we're focusing. We're just taking it one step at a time. And that's been our approach the whole season. It's been working.
Can you talk about Willie and what he brings and the unique skill set that he has?
Right. 7-footer, and he runs like a guard, and he plays like a guard. So, really, he's great to have on the team because, he's just a great backstop. If you get beat, you know that you got Willie back there to block it. He's also working on his offensive game a lot, and that's improved a lot also. So, he's just a great asset to the team.
With, your father played at a high level, do you have history in mind, like the 76 Indiana team, or are you worried about your own history?
As a team, we just, like I said, we're taking it game at a time. We know, we're getting all these compliments, making history, but, we're just taking it one step at a time, and that's what's working for us.
It's almost like you guys just kind of decide, hey, we're not going to lose, and all of a sudden it's a 15-point lead out of nowhere. Do you kind of sense when a team is just done?
I wouldn't say the team's done. I just say we amp it up. And, towards the end of the game, it's happened plenty of times this year where, it's been close, and that's when we take it over. And, I have a feeling that's because our team's so deep and we have fresh legs towards the end of the game.
How does that kind of, I guess, happen? I mean, you guys talk. I mean, this is now is the time.
Right, right. You know, we call it winning time. You know, we'll come out of a timeout. You know, if we're up 5 or 10, you know, we'll say winning time, and that's when we have to lock in and, you know, get it to 15 or 20.
And that's all it takes. Just use those 2 words.
No, it takes mostly defense. You know, we're a defensive team, and you know, once we, you know, we'll say like 4 or 5 stops is what we want, and you know, we'll just try to get that goal, and then it'll turn out good for us.
Thanks.
I think we've done it all season, but the reload, like
Right.
signal,
Yeah.
like when did you decide like I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do it? And,
I think I started in Chicago at the UCLA game. And you know, it's just reloading. There's nothing, not really a story to it. And, you know, at first when I did it, everyone was like, "What'd you do?" Until I was reloading, and it just started from there.
what do you think personally? Like, do you feel like that you've progressed from like the first game to now? What are you better at? You think?
I'd say my game off the bounce. You know, once I made a lot of threes, you know, teams looked at me as a shooter. So, you know, I have to get it other ways because, you know, they're going to play closer to me.